guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be kind of continuing a topic that I started to discuss on Friday. So I discussed Chrissy Teigen, and in discussing Chrissy Teigen and her bullying ways, I also touched upon Michael Costello because when Chrissy Teigen, she released an apology, in case you don't know. I'll link the other video down below in case you want to see the whole thing about Chrissy specifically. She posted an apology, and Michael Costello, who is a designer who was on Project Runway, kind of involved himself in the situation by claiming that Chrissy Teigen had bullied him, and he posted alleged DMs between them where Chrissy basically wished death on him or said he might as well be dead. Now, since then, it has come out that it is likely that those DMs are faked. There are a lot of inconsistencies. There's an article by Cat 10 Barge that goes through those inconsistencies. I also go through those inconsistencies in my prior videos, so I'll link all of that down below. But basically, it's kind of been proven that Michael Costello isn't exactly as transparent as one would like him to be, because initially he was very much painted as a victim by the media of Chrissy Teigen's bullying. And I think there's something to be said about the fact that people easily believe that Chrissy would say something like that. Because Michael Costello is a trash person, and we're going to get into that. But regardless of that for a second, putting that aside, if people easily believe that you basically are wishing death on someone, you really must have a terrible, terrible reputation, and people must think really, really lowly of you. Now, being completely transparent, I don't like Chrissy Teigen, never have. Michael Costello, I was only aware of him on Project Runway, haven't thought of him since then. Now that I know more, don't like him either, so I think what we're dealing with are two basically trash people. Basically, in the prior video, I talked about how there was a scandal because he'd made a dress for Beyonce for the 2014 Grammys, and then a co-worker, allegedly, of his posted a picture of a dress by another designer, but did not credit said other designer. The design he posted was by a black designer named Maxie J, who has her own line, her own collection, and so on and so forth. And he ended up making a dress that is pretty much a copy and paste. And that is when the infamous comment came out, because the reason that he was allegedly being bullied by Chrissy Teigen for those fake DMs was because there was a comment under the picture. He responded to someone under that picture of the stolen design where he used the N-word, and I'll put the comment here. And he claimed that that was a photoshopped comment, which, I mean, could have been believable prior if you don't know about everything else that's happened in the past. But if you count things that have happened in the past, his word is very hard to rely on, because the whole story with the other designer, Maxie J, doesn't end with the Instagram moment where he stole her design and everything. It actually gets a lot worse. Maxie J went on an interview, and this is credits to the channel Impressive. I'll link their channel down below, though I'm sure you probably saw their video. Impressive included in their video a clip of Maxie J actually being interviewed and explaining what happened when there was an altercation between herself and Michael Costello. And Michael Costello, apparently they were both at a fabric store, and I'll put the clip in a second, but just to give context, apparently they were both at a fabric store. He called her a racial slur, he called her the N-word, and then it resulted in a physical altercation. I'll put the clip of the interview here.
So like a year later, I go to a fabric store and I see him. I went to go sit down, and the fabric store owner came up to me and was like, "Oh, Maxie, you know, it's going to be another 30 minutes until your rolls of fabric are ready." So I think once he heard my name is when it registered, like, oh, that's her. So he comes up to me. I'm like sitting down, and he comes up to me. He's like, "Oh, I remember you. You're that black that like try to sabotage my business." I'm like, "Sabotage your business? Like, you stole my dress?" And I'm like, "Wait, what did you just say? Like, what did you just say?" And he takes my phone out of my hand and throws it, and it shatters. Oh, I lose my mind. When I say I lose my mind, I lost it. We fought literally like
physically
back in the day, like I was in high school. Yeah,
wow.
Like it was the whole thing. The police came, and since I had witnesses, the owner of the store gave his statement. He's like, "Yeah, he definitely abused her first, like verbally. He broke her phone. He definitely called her the N-word, and like I got all that on video."
Did you see Michael Costello call me a black nigga and take my phone out of my hand and throw it out the window?
Yes.
Okay. and that was done.
So not only did this happen, but there were witnesses. There was that man that vouched for Maxie J saying, yes, this did happen. You know, when you see that, it becomes a lot more difficult to believe that this comment that insulted Maxie J on Instagram was faked and photoshopped. In my prior video also, there were posts from both the Shade Room and Here for the Tea of people saying that they'd heard him use slurs rather casually and more than on one occasion. So at that point, for me, it's almost impossible to believe, like, you use slurs. There's you using a slur to the face of Maxie J with a bystander that confirms that that happened. People say you use it casually, but the Instagram comment, that wasn't you.
Sure, Jan.
Do you see where I'm having issue believing this here? And honestly, I wish it weren't true, because I wish he wasn't a bigot and I wish that people weren't racist generally. But at this point, I don't really think Michael Costello deserves much of a benefit of the doubt if we count every single thing that has happened, from other people's accounts of him using the slurs, to the altercation with Maxie J, to the comment, to also what happened with Leona Lewis, Leona framed it as more about body image and body positivity. We don't know if that's racially charged. I can't say that. I mean, that would be only for her to determine and potentially say to the public if she feels up to it. All of this is to say that in this scandal with Michael Costello and Chrissy Teigen is obviously a bully. We already know this. We already know she bullied Courtney Stodden and bullied them horribly when they were only 16. So, I mean, it's established that she's a terrible person, but I really do think that there is no quote unquote winner in this. There is no one in the right in this situation between Chrissy Teigen and Michael Costello, because Michael Costello has shown his true colors, in my opinion. And it's just disappointing and disgusting to see that he would try to kind of get some kind of notoriety or fame off of Chrissy Teigen's scandal by faking these DMs in the first place, which I think is disgusting, especially if you're faking DMs where someone's wishing death on you, or, you know, hoping you're dead, or saying you might as well be dead. I think that shows a level of desperation, and I really think both of them have to get help. Even though Chrissy Teigen said she's done loads of therapy, I just still think they both need a lot of help, because I just don't think these kinds of issues, these kinds of behaviors go away like that. Anyways, you can let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to my patrons as always, and I'll catch you guys next time.